Hey, how you doing? I got a question for you. What is the worst fatal flaw you've ever done quilting? I will show you mine if you tell me yours in the comments below. Stay till the end because I didn't do the mistake till the end. It's a doozy, and let's get into it. Hi, my name's Barry. Welcome to the channel. People asked me to show them how I quilt my quilts, and I thought I would give you a basic overview of how I quilt. I'm not the best at it still, but I'll tell you what I know. You can tell me in the comments where I'm making mistakes or whatever, but I will tell you the first thing. This is a Grace Unique 16X Elite, and you know it's the Elite because it has this monitor here. I also have it computerized, so I have a tablet. Nothing fancy about this. This is just a tablet that sits on top. It has all the software in it. I have the Plus, but today we're only going to use the edge-to-edge quilt on this. The first thing that I'm probably going to miss something, but the first thing you want to do when you start a new quilt is make sure you have a fresh bobbin in, because there's nothing worse than getting through this quilt and find out that you ran out of bobbin. The good thing about the Grace Unique is it has a bobbin notification here that I reset. I just now reset it, so it's green and it lets me know I'm okay. And then I can keep an eye on it. When it starts getting in the yellow, I know it's about time to change, and if it's in red, I better stop. So the number one thing is make sure you got a fresh bobbin. Two, make sure you have several bobbins on hand. So I've got my case of bobbins ready to go. The next thing, and I've already done this before because I didn't want to make this too long, is you want to find the center of your, this is my backing fabric here. I want to make sure I find the center of my backing fabric, and these are called, right here is called leaders. I have a leader up here and a leader here. I started out pinning the backing fabric to the leaders, but if you know me, I hate getting stuck. So these are a little pricey, but I went out and bought the So Tight magnets, and I use these. These are such a help. They just stick right in there and they keep this fabric tight. I don't got to worry about them. So what I did is I stuck my So Tights up here to my leader cloth. I wound up. I've got these on here. I just put these on. Now I'm going to unwind this back to make sure that it's tight and everything is, those big wrinkles are out of it as possible. So what I'll do here is I'll just flip this up and we will start rolling nice and smooth, and I'll just keep on working it to make sure that it's clean and that like I said, if there's any puckering or anything, any wrinkles, just wipe them out. Because this is how it's going to go back when you start quilting it. So you want to make sure that you spend the time to get this all nice. Sorry about the lighting. I had to move this into the living room. There's a reason why, temporarily. My grandson is getting ready to graduate, and my daughter moved, and so to keep him in the school system, he's staying with me until he graduates in a couple months. So he took up the room where my long arm is, and my long arm moved to the living room. Now, I'm not using 108 fabric, so I had to cut my fabric and put a seam in here. I should have pressed this open, but I'm not. But you may want to press these open. I'm going to get good at these one of these days. I'm doing this for myself. This one is actually going to my mom. She You'll love it either way. So let's get this, like I said, I'm taking my time. I want to make sure it's rolling off even. There, I think that's going to be, yeah, we'll bring it down to there. Okay, now that we got that, move this out of the way here. The next thing we want to do is put our batting on. I trimmed this batting up, so give me a second here. Hopefully I got the right piece. This is some thin batting. I thought I would try it out. We'll see how it does. Now, until I learn better, I'm floating my top, which means on the back end here, everything is just fairly well loose. But what I'm going to do, the first thing is we're going to secure the batting. We're going to put a line straight down through here. Let me get this started. I want to set my I want to set this as far back right here. I'm going to set my my stops here so this will go in a straight line all the way down. And the reason I want to do a straight line all the way down, that's what I'm going to put my quilt top at. So this isn't computerized. We're just going to, sometimes people do a basting stitch. I'm just going to run this at a full stitch. We'll go all the way over here. All right, I almost forgot. I just undid my channel locks there. That's what they're called, channel locks. Pulled up my bobbin. I want to test my tension because unlike your sewing machine, tension on these can be an issue. So you want to make sure you have good tension first. So let's run a little bit of stitching here on the side here, which is not going to be in my quilt. Another thing, your backing, you want your backing to be at least 4 inches wider on both sides so that you can put your leaders on or your clamps to hold your fabric or whatnot, and to do this. So let's give it a test here. So I pulled up my bobbin and let's give her a whirl. Up. Always carry a pair of scissors close by. All right, I thought I was recording, but I didn't. what I did was I put my batting on here all the way across. Then I took and ran a basting stitch all the way across, and I put my channel locks on, so I got a straight line. That gave me a straight line all the way across. That way then now I can put my quilt top on, and I put my quilt top right on that line, just a little bit over. And I'm going to run another basting stitch on there to get this top on. I got my top fairly well centered here, and we're going to just do a basting stitch all the way across here and get ready. Okay, I hope you can see this. This is where we're going to start using the computer now. We've cut some strings out of here. Like I said, now I'm going to put this on my to-do list. I need to get a dedicated pair of scissors here. But we're in edge to edge. So let's go here. The first thing we have to do is find our safe areas, which we're going to go way over here, up at the top. And then we gotta go away. Let me get you down here. Go way down here. Off the page here to get the bottom. All right. Are you with me so far? Now we're gonna select the design. Okay, I just picked the design that I wanted. Now I'm going to set my height. I think I'm going to do, let's try 6 inches. I think that's good. A little separation between the rolls. All right, we're going to try to set our pattern here. We're going to start right here. Go all the way down to here. And we want to go, can you see? I hope you can see me. That one. Oops. Right there. Okay, we're just about ready to go. We're going to hit next. We're going to do we're going to move left. That's right, and I always carry this mark to be gone. And it's going to be move left, and we're going to put a mark here. Single stitch. Now wherever that came up, I need to put a little mark. All right. Hopefully you can see me. It's moving right. Single stitch. I'll put a mark. Those keep you aligned on the quilt. So if something ever happens, you know exactly where you're at. Okay, the needle's going to move. Like I said, it starts off to where it wants to start here. And we're going to pull up our bobbin. We're going to hit next. Get ready. Get ready for the fun. We're off. Now we sit back and we let it do its thing. All right, after several hours, I am done. I think it turned out pretty good. I did have some eyelashes on the back side, but I tightened up the tension a little bit, and I think I solved that. It is almost 1 o'clock in the morning, so I'm going to let it go for tonight. I'm going to take it off in the morning. I'm going to trim all this up. I'll bind it, and that's it. So I'll show you the back side here probably in the morning. So I'll be back in the morning. Okay, it's the next morning. Note to self, don't be in a hurry. Take your time, because I made a very fatal flaw, and I'm going to show it to you, but it's a learning lesson that I won't forget. All right, here it is. I think it turned out pretty good. Still got to bind it, but it will look on the back. But here is my fatal flaw. What I tried to do was I tried to hurry up and just rough cut way out here. I tried to rough cut this to clean it all up. What I didn't realize was that part of my quilt was underneath it, and you can't see it really bad, but here I sliced it. I sliced it really bad right here. What are you gonna do? I didn't know what else to do, so I just folded this in on itself, and I've got to figure out how to fix this. I'm going to show you on the back side here. It's not very pretty, Not very pretty at all. I'm thinking about taking a patch and sticking something there. But man, can't believe it. But look at the quilting turned out pretty good. Like I said, I'm learning about my tension. I had some spots where I had a little bit of eyelashes in it, but it got better when I tightened my tension on it. Like I said, Mom, sorry, this has got some character to it. So that's what it is. All right, I show it all to you. Some people might not want to ever show you that, but yeah, I make plenty of mistakes. And other than that, the quilt was looking really, really good, but now it's got a little bit of character to it. So remember, after health, but before wealth, there's memories. So, and this is definitely a memory. Go out and make some memories, and I will see you later. Bye.